is a medicine piece, and you heard of the movie Cowboys and Aliens. This is spaceships and Indians, and we say the ceremony must be silver. It's a celebration of the four faces of the sacred clown, and I'm building off all the other players in the Unearthed show, and this is kind of this idea of like a Uranian landscape and the higher power of the individual, and for myself, that idea of like silver represents the lunar landscape of your inner personality, things like that. So it's a little adventure into that like lunar aspect. Just before I came here, I live in these things called spaceships. And they're all small, uninhabitable art spaces that I paint all silver. Ooh, a little soundtrack for your interview. That I paint all silver. And I move into these little uninhabitable spaces, and I gather furniture, and I live in there for maybe like 4 or 5 months, writing all over the United States. So this is my first spaceship in Moscow, but the idea, of like a little planetscape where everything is silver and red, and it's a little reflection of the other side of Earth. If the sun was shining brightly all the time, the Earth would just burn up. So the true element of life is channeled through that silver. So what I did was I gathered a bunch of things out of all the scrap piles, and now I'm just painting everything silver. And then I got this silver mylar from the flea market, and I'm ripping off the back to create like this planetscape. And I gathered all this junk from the construction sites, from the dumpsters and things, and piling them all up. So I'm building a planetscape and then covering it all silver. Like I took this old radio and I busted it open, and then I painted it silver, and I took these old pipes and this thing. And what I have is 4 video installations that are going to be going in. These are the 4 faces of the sacred clown, of the medicine clown. And the figure is this guy, Mickey Western. He's the artist. Tricky Freedom represents like this one guy, singer. He does a ceremony called washing the flag. Then there's this other guy, Mickey Lola, this woman I met one time. I was coming back from the West Coast. She was coming up from Mexico City on a train, and we were both really broke. We got to New York City. We had no money, so she was a fandango dancer. So we built a platform and went out to the thrift stores and got ourselves some like fandango clothes and started hitting the subways and making lots of money that way, and taking ourselves out for big dinners and getting drunk at night and stuff like that. And then the other one I do with a traveling cabaret show, actually a Spielplatz cabaret. These are the third face of the sacred clown. I do a magic act as a character, Mephisto. So I have a little trunk with magic little bunny rabbits and things like that. For myself, I see one of my totems is the jackrabbit. And right now, in my physical form, I'm here as a jackrabbit. I have a buffalo in my heart, and this rattlesnake. So it's like, take that poison and, get turned it into medicine. So the Mephisto, the magician, will be the third video, and everything is represented here on the earth plane in the 4s. The sacred name of God is a 4-letter action verb, so there's going to be lots of action going on inside the spaceship on this planet sphere of Uranus. And washing the flag, Mickey Lola. Oh, and the last piece is a Mickey Western piece from Bonnaroo, which is a big music festival down in Tennessee. And we were traveling with a real bunch of space creatures, real space kids, all just like dressed up in costumes and stuff. And one night we raided the VIP lounge with all the, like rock and roll stars and stuff drinking. And we brought a big parachute with us, and we just like ramped right in there. And the security guards tried to kick us out and stuff like that. But we just unrolled the parachute, started singing a song, Mickey Western style. You was standing on the gallows. And it's real circusy and parachute. So all these things take place in this giant spaceship Earth that we all live on. And so this is like a little lunar reflection of that spaceship. So you see I have TV stands, and I love these red things. And then I went to the forest. I went to the summer cottage, like in Russia. They have all the people in the winter. They winter in the cities, and in the summer times they get out to their cottages. Well, we went to the forest and I found like these little weird things that I think are from a spaceship. I think a spaceship probably landed in the mossy forest, and this probably fell off the spaceship. So I thought, well, I'll bring a little bit of the stuff from the Moscow forest, because aliens are universal creatures. They're just like, Uranus, the planet Uranus. They represent all kinds of, universal energy. So I got these out in the forest. I think this was probably from the spaceship. It fell off the spaceship probably. And then got some of these things. So like these lights, which I think are cool. I got spray paint them silver, And let's see. Oh yeah, I got this thing. This one's a transistor. It's nice, right? It's beautiful. It's big. You wouldn't want this to fall out of the sky and hit you in the head, because it would hurt a lot. But it really stands the dark. And then if you look, you pull it. I think it's some kind of refrigeration device, because there's a bag of green apples in there. Oh, what do you do? It must have been like a refrigerator probably in the spaceship. So that's it. And I'm excited to bring the lunar planet element to the unearthed. So here's a little of that sparkle, silver. Ceremony must be silver.